Magdeburg, Low Saxon, Maidburg, Magdeburg, is the capital city of the state of Saxony-Anhalt, Germany. Magdeburg is situated on the Elbe River and was one of the most important medieval cities of Europe. Emperor Otto I, the first Holy Roman Emperor, founder of the Archbishopric of Magdeburg, was buried in the town's cathedral after his death. Magdeburg's version of German town law, known as Magdeburg Rights, spread throughout Central and Eastern Europe. The city is also well known for the 1631 sack of Magdeburg, which hardened Protestant resistance during the 30 Years' War. Prior to it, Magdeburg was one of the largest German cities and a notable member of the Hanseatic League. Magdeburg was destroyed twice in its history. Magdeburg is the site of two universities, the Otto von Gierke University and the Magdeburg Stendal University of Applied Sciences. Nowadays, Magdeburg is a traffic junction as well as an industrial and trading center. The production of chemical products, steel, paper and textiles are of particular economic significance, along with mechanical engineering and plant engineering, eco-technology and life cycle management, health management and logistics. In 2005, Magdeburg celebrated its 1200th anniversary. In June 2013, Magdeburg was hit by record-breaking flooding. History. Early years. Founded by Charlemagne in 805 as Magdeburg, the town was fortified in 919 by King Henry I the Fowler against the Magyars and Slavs. In 929 the city went to Edward the Elder's daughter Edith through her marriage to Henry's son Otto I. As a Morgengabe, a Germanic customary gift received by the new bride from the groom and his family after the wedding night. Edith loved the town and often lived there. At her death she was buried in the crypt of the Benedictine Abbey of St. Maurice, later rebuilt as the cathedral. In 937, Magdeburg was the seat of a royal assembly. Otto I repeatedly visited Magdeburg and was also buried in the cathedral. He granted the abbey the right to income from various tithes and to corvée labor from the surrounding countryside. The Archbishopric of Magdeburg was founded in 968 at the Synod of Ravenna. Adalbert of Magdeburg was consecrated as its first archbishop. The archbishopric under Adalbert included the bishoprics of Havelberg, Brandenburg, Merseburg, Meissen and Naumburg-Zeitz. The archbishops played a prominent role in the German colonization of the Slavic lands east of the Elbe River. In 1035, Magdeburg received a patent giving the city the right to hold trade exhibitions and conventions, which form the basis of the later family of city laws known as the Magdeburg Rights. These laws were adopted and modified throughout Central and Eastern Europe. Visitors from many countries began to trade with Magdeburg. In the 13th century, Magdeburg became a member of the Hanseatic League. With more than 20,000 inhabitants, Magdeburg was one of the largest cities in the Holy Roman Empire. The town had an active maritime commerce on the west, with the countries of the North Sea, and maintained traffic and communication with the interior. The citizens constantly struggled against the archbishop, becoming nearly independent from him by the end of the 15th century. In about Easter 1497, the then 12-year-old Martin Luther attended school in Magdeburg, where he was exposed to the teachings of the Brethren of the Common Life. In 1524, he was called to Magdeburg, where he preached and caused the city's defection from Catholicism. The Protestant Reformation had quickly found adherents in the city, where Luther had been a schoolboy. Emperor Charles V repeatedly outlawed the unruly town, which had joined the alliance of Torgau and the Schmalkaldic League, because it had not accepted the Augsburg Interim. The city, by the emperor's commands, was besieged by Maurice, Elector of Saxony, but it retained its independence. The rule of the archbishop was replaced by that of various administrators belonging to Protestant dynasties. In the following years, Magdeburg gained a reputation as a stronghold of Protestantism and became the first major city to publish the writings of Luther. In Magdeburg, Matthias Flacius and his companions wrote their anti-Catholic pamphlets and the Magdeburg Centuries, in which they argued that the Roman Catholic Church had become the kingdom of the Antichrist. In 1631, during the 30 Years' War, imperial troops under Johann Claus, Count of Tilly, stormed the city and committed a massacre, killing about 20,000 inhabitants and burning the town in the sack of Magdeburg. The city had withstood a first siege in 1629 by Albrecht von Wallenstein. After the war, a population of only 4,000 remained. According to the Peace of Westphalia, Magdeburg was assigned to Brandenburg, Prussia after the death of the current administrator, August of Saxe-Weissenfels, as the semi-autonomous Duchy of Magdeburg. This occurred in 1680. 19th century. In the course of the Napoleonic Wars, the fortress surrendered to French troops in 1806. The city was annexed to the French-controlled Kingdom of Westphalia in the 1807 Treaty of Tilsit. King Jerome appointed Count Heinrich von Blumenthal as mayor. In 1815, after the Napoleonic Wars, Magdeburg was made the capital of the new Prussian province of Saxony. In 1912, the old fortress was dismantled, and in 1908, the municipality Rothensee became part of Magdeburg. 20th century. Magdeburg was heavily bombed by the Royal Air Force during the Second World War. The RAF bombing raid on the night of 16 January 1945 destroyed much of the city. The official death toll was approximately 16,000. Near the end of World War II, the city of about 340,000 became capital of the province of Magdeburg. Brabag's Magdeburg, Rothensee plant that produced synthetic oil from lignite coal was a target of the oil campaign of World War II. The impressive Grunderzeit suburbs north of the city, called the Nordfront, were destroyed as well as the city's main street with its Baroque buildings. It was occupied by USA troops in the 19th of April 1945 and was left to Red Army in the 1st of July 1945. Post-war, the area was part of the Soviet zone of occupation and many of the remaining pre-World War II city buildings were destroyed, with only a few buildings near the cathedral and in the southern part of the old city being restored to their pre-war state. Prior to the reunification of Germany, many surviving Grunderzeit buildings were left uninhabited and, after years of degradation, waiting for demolition. From 1949 on until German reunification on 3 October 1990, Magdeburg belonged to the German Democratic Republic. Since German reunification in 1990, Magdeburg became the capital of the new state of Saxony-Anhalt within reunified Germany. Huge parts of the city and its center were also rebuilt in a modern style. Its economy is one of the fastest growing in the former East German states. In 2005, Magdeburg celebrated its 1,200th anniversary. The city was hit by 2013 European floods. Authorities declared a state of emergency and said they expected the Elbe River to rise higher than in 2002. In Magdeburg, with water levels of 5 meters above normal, about 23,000 residents had to leave their homes on 9 June. Magdeburg is the capital and seat of the Landtag of Saxony-Anhalt. Otto von Gierke University. Magdeburg was created in 1993. The Green Citadel of Magdeburg, built in 2005. Magdeburg during the 2013 Elbe flood. Magdeburg's center has a number of Stalinist buildings from the 1950s. Climate. Magdeburg has an oceanic climate according to Köppen climate classification. Main sites. Cathedral. One of Magdeburg's most impressive buildings is the Lutheran Cathedral of Saints Catherine and Maurice with a height of 104 meters, making it the highest church building of Eastern Germany. It is notable for its beautiful and unique sculptures, especially the 12 Virgins at the northern gate, the depictions of Otto I the Great and his wife Edith, as well as the statues of Saint Maurice and Saint Catherine. The predecessor of the cathedral was a church built in 937 within an abbey, called St. Maurice. Emperor Otto I the Great was buried here beside his wife in 973. St. Maurice burnt to ashes in 1207. The exact location of that church remained unknown for a long time. The foundations were rediscovered in May 2003, revealing a building 80 meters long and 41 meters wide. The construction of the new church lasted 300 years. The Cathedral of Saints Catherine and Maurice was the first Gothic church building in Germany. The building of the steeples was completed as late as 1520. While the cathedral was virtually the only building to survive the massacres of the 30 Years' War, it suffered damage in World War II. It was soon rebuilt and completed in 1955. The square in front of the cathedral was occupied by an imperial palace, which was destroyed in the fire of 1207. The stones from the ruin were used for the building of the cathedral. The presumed remains of the palace were excavated in the 1960s. Other sites: Untitled Monastery, 11th century, containing the Church of St. Mary. Today a museum for modern art. Home of the National Collection of Small Art Statues of the GDR. The Magdeburg Rights, the first freestanding equestrian sculpture north of the Alps. It probably depicts the Emperor Otto I. Town Hall. This building had stood on the marketplace since the 13th century, but it was destroyed in the 30 Years' War. The new town hall was built in a Renaissance style influenced by Dutch architecture. It was renovated and reopened in October 2005. Landtag, the seat of the government of Saxony-Anhalt, with its Baroque facade built in 1724. Monuments depicting Otto von Gierke, Ike von Repkopf and Friedrich Wilhelm von Steuben. Ruins of the greatest fortress of the former Kingdom of Prussia. Rothorn Park, Elbauen Park, containing the highest wooden structure in Germany. St. John Church. The Grasengewächshaus, a botanical garden within a greenhouse complex. The Magdeburg Water Bridge, Europe's longest water bridge. Die Grüne Citadel, or the Green Citadel of Magdeburg, a large, pink building of a modern architectural style designed by Friedensreich Hundertwasser and completed in 2005. Jerusalem Bridge. Magdeburg is one of the major towns along the Elbe cycle route. Event venues. Cathedral of Magdeburg, GETEC Arena, biggest multi-purpose hall in Saxony-Anhalt, home of handball team SC Magdeburg. Ammo, Culture and Congress Building. Altes Theater am Gierke Platz, former theater, used for parties and large conferences. Stadthalle, Concert Hall. St. Johannes Church. St. Petri Church with stained glass by Charles Crodel. Seeburner at Elbauen Park. Messe Magdeburg. Paulus Church. Concert Hall Georg Philipp Telemann at Kloster Unserlieben Frauen. Project 7 nightclub at the university campus. Concerts with indie pop and rock music. Factory, former factory building. German and international pop, rock, metal, and indie music artists are featured. Kultwerk Victor, used mainly for conferences. Prinz Club, nightclub at Halberstadtstraße, house, electro and black music. Festungmark, part of the former city fortification, now reconstructed for parties and conventions. Kunstkantine, factory cafeteria, monthly electro music parties. Feuerwake, former fire station, repurposed for events. MDCC Arena, home of 1. FC Magdeburg. Education. The Otto von Gierke University Magdeburg was founded in 1993 and is one of the youngest universities in Germany. The university in Magdeburg has about 13,000 students in 9 faculties. There are 11,700 papers published in international journals from this institute. The Magdeburg Stendal University of Applied Sciences was founded in 1991. There are 30 direct study programs in 5 departments in Magdeburg and 2 departments in Stendal. The university has more than 130 professors and approximately 4,500 students at Magdeburg and 1,900 at Stendal. Aerial view of the university area. Campus tower of the Otto von Gierke University Magdeburg. Magdeburg Library. Magdeburg Stendal University of Applied Science, Culture and Sports. Magdeburg has a proud history of sports teams, with football proving the most popular. 1. FC Magdeburg currently play in the 3. Liga. The now-defunct clubs SV Victoria 96 Magdeburg and Cricket Victoria Magdeburg were among the first football clubs in Germany. 1. FC Magdeburg is the only East German football club to have won a European club football competition. There is also the very successful handball team, SC Magdeburg, who are the first German team to win the EHF Champions League. The city is portrayed as a rebel castle on the strategy map of Medieval II. Total War. The discus was rediscovered in Magdeburg in the 1870s by Christian Georg Kohlrausch, a gymnastics teacher. Magdeburg is well known for its Christmas market, which is an attraction for 1.5 million visitors every year. Other events are the Stadtfest, Christopher Street Day, Elbe in Flames and the Europafest. Magdeburg International Relations. Magdeburg is twinned with Gallery. View over Magdeburg in 2012. Cathedral of Magdeburg, Kloster Unser Frauen. The 3 churches on the banks of the Elbe River. Magdeburg Hauptbahnhof. Magdeburg Opera. The Grüne Citadel. Justizentrum. View over Elbauern Park with Jahrtausendturm. Elbe River in Magdeburg. City Hall with St. Johannes Church. Jerusalem Bridges. The Elbe in Magdeburg. Magdeburg Water Bridge. The Hasselbachplatz, an important transport hub. Grüssen-Gelwixhauser. The Magdeburger Reiter. A Lee shopping center is one of 7 shopping centers. People. Alphonse Bach, industrial designer. Jessica Bors, German actress and singer, known for being in the movie Eurotrip. Adalbert Delbruck, German banker and lawyer. Otto von Gierke, mayor and inventor of the Magdeburg hemispheres. The Otto von Gierke University of Magdeburg is named after him. Carl Gustav Friedrich Hasselbach, mayor and member of the Prussian House of Lords. A well-known place in the center of Magdeburg is named after him. The Hasselbachplatz. Antje Harvey, Olympic biathlon athlete. Christian Georg Kohlrausch, gymnastic teacher and rediscoverer of discus throwing. Georg Kaiser, writer. Heinrich Jost, typeface designer. Stefan Kretschmar, retired professional handball player and Olympic medalist. Olaf Malalewski, singer-songwriter, frontman of German Schlager band Die Flippers. Johann Carl Simon Morgenstern, the philologist who coined the term Bildungsroman. Christian Nusslein-Volhard, German biologist, won the Albert Lasker Award for Basic Medical Research in 1991 and the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine in 1995. Richard Oelzer, painter. Erich Hollenhauer, leader of the Social Democratic Party of Germany 1952 to 1963. Menahem Pressler, pianist. Ernst Reuter, mayor of Magdeburg 1931 to 1933, then mayor of West Berlin from 1948 to 1953. Petra Schmidt-Schaller, actress. Marguerite Schorn, stage and film actress. Kurt Singer, a philosopher. Friedrich Wilhelm von Steuben, an American patriot. Christoph Christian Sturm, German preacher and author, who wrote the majority of his devotional works here. Bruno Tort, city architect 1921 to 1923, completed 2 housing projects in Magdeburg. Georg Philipp Telemann, composer. Klaus Thunnemann, bassoon professor. Henning von Treschow, major general in the German Wehrmacht, active in the military resistance. Lothar von Trotha, German military commander notorious for presiding over the near extermination of the hero in German Southwest Africa. Karl Wallander, high-wire acrobat. Camillo Walsall, librettist and theatre director, who wrote under the pseudonym F. Zell. Dejan Zavec, Slovenian welterweight boxer, IBF welterweight champion. Heinrich Z. Schocker, author and reformer. Arthur Ruppen, Zionist thinker and leader. Marcel Schmelzer, German footballer.